Hello Gear Up students! We are here with our submission overview for Challenge 3, which was our prototype challenge. I'm going to walk you through everything that's required for submission. So your folder details and the location, you guys are probably acquainted with this already, but just as a refresher, we have our 2021 through 2022 Dev League folder that was shared to each of your coordinators. This is for you to submit your materials into the name of your school. We haven't had a problem with this yet, but just a reminder. Some of the requirements that we had for this, first and foremost, you had your GitHub that you should have set up with your coordinator. And what we're going to require for the submission is that you are going to give us that link to the GitHub repository and make sure that your coordinator has access to it so that we can download and look at the files. In addition to that, for some documentation purposes, there's going to be a folder in your drive that you turn into that folder that contains all of the assets that you made. So all of the pictures you drew, and if you made any models, any of the visual things, buttons, all of that have uploaded to the same folder and put in the drive. After that, we have the actual prototype itself. We have loosened some of the requirements around the prototype. I know originally we said it would have to be 75% complete. However, now it can be anywhere from average 50 to 75, but if you guys encountered some problems and had some trouble with it, talk to your coordinator and we can consider it turn-inable, I suppose you could say, before that point. We will need this in a Unity build, so a .exe. We have a tutorial that will be listed in the document that is for this challenge that shows you how to do that for Android. Next is your presentation section. This was a pretty big section with the purpose of showcasing your application to the community. Should you ever need to actually show it off, you have a presentation to do so. We need a recorded presentation with the slides that you make and some narration. So those components that'll be on those slides are listed over here to the right, including the name of your app, the purpose, the intended audience, how it will function, a justification of your style choices, how your team did the work, what steps you'll take next, and just a short reflection. So those are all to be included in your slides and recorded with some narration to turn in as a video. So we'll accept video formats that a computer can commonly read, and we will also want the slides that you made for this to be turned in as well, and that can be either a PowerPoint or just a Google Slides link, as long as you make sure that we can actually see it and view it. After that, the last thing that we'll need here is our documentation. So this is going to assist in our Challenge 4, but we need a list of your current specs of your app. So it'll be the features that you've added and those that you still want to add. So just explaining what exists in the app, how it exists, and what you plan to do in the future. And so we'll take that as either a Google Doc or just a document. Some other criteria that applied for this one were creativity. They're just given some bonus points for that. And then the coach meetings, if you had 2 meetings throughout the process of the third challenge, they'll give you 2 points for each of those meetings. And there's a little note here at the bottom that says, if you're behind, you can still earn points for your work. It doesn't matter if you haven't turned things in on the deadline. You can definitely still get a really good score, and you can definitely still build something that's really cool and fun. So we look forward to seeing your submissions for the prototype.